Where do you think the biggest difficulty is for young, creative Christians right now in the pressures? Where do you find the balance between the pressures of you have to have Jesus in everything that you do, which is the pressure you get from the church, and you have to make good art, which is the pressure that you get from people who are going to spend money on what it is that you're doing? How do you find the balance between those two things?
And by the way, there's a new third pressure from the woke church that you also can't have Jesus in your work.
Yes, and I want to get into some questions about that here in just a minute, because your stance against that and specifically against some of your former VeggieTale colleagues is becoming more and more apparent.
Yeah. I believe, first of all, as an artist, we are to make what is true, good, and beautiful, tell the truth. It should be worthwhile. It should elevate the suffering of other people to some degree. So those are the main rules I follow, and you'll see there's nothing in that says what you can and can't do.
Right.
There's nothing in that says you must scrub Jesus out, because, I mean, what kind of movie would Passion of the Christ be if you scrubbed Jesus out of that movie? It'd be pretty short.
Yeah, just a creepy baldy guy.
And even the secular world admits that's a great work of art.
Yeah.
Michelangelo's David. What if you scrub the Bible out of that? You just have a muscle man. It's the David. So I'm just saying, or Virgil, or Shakespeare, or, why does the world get to do all of the Christian work they want and all of the politics they want in their work, and then the right and conservative Christians are not allowed?
Excellent question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does Quentin Tarantino get to quote the Old Testament in Pulp Fiction, but I can't quote the Old Testament in my work? Or, you know what I mean? It's like...
the difference is a gun, probably.
Then put a gun in it. All things to all men. Yeah. If that's what it takes to get the word out, let's go. So there's I just think there's no rules with art. And it's weird to me when a culture of illiterate, tasteless cowards start telling Christians what they can and can't put in their work. Instead, I would say, if you want to do your tribute to the gospel and to Jesus, or you want to spread the gospel through art, that's no less propaganda than what Warhol said about Campbell's soup cans. He had a subject and he talked about it. And you have a subject and you talk about it. And I don't get why Christianity is a taboo subject in the arts. Of course it's not. It never has been. It only is today because people hate Jesus. People hate conservatives. And so they're throwing out this lie that we're not creative. I will run circles around any other artist in the world with my creativity. I will beat you into the ground. I'm more creative, more prolific. I've made more stuff in more different mediums. No one has awards in comic books, video games, TV. I nuke them. So you can come talk to me and tell me, this conservative Christian, I believe the Bible's inerrant. I believe gay marriage is wrong. I believe abortion is murder. I believe Jesus is the only way to God. So I'm as conservative as conservative gets. And you can't get at my art credentials. So that's a lie, that by necessity, a Christian can't be creative. That's a lie. Don't believe it. If you are not creative, it's likely you're as uncreative and stupid as most artists in the world are. You want to see a parade of garbage? Just swipe right on Netflix for 5 hours. And you tell me how filmmakers are spending billions and billions of dollars running film and video through cameras, and how much of it is worth your while 5 years after it's made. It's utterly forgettable. They have lost their charter. And really the problem is that modernism and postmodernism are in complete opposition to the arts. They're like strawberries and mustard. So if you as Steve Taylor said, if your music says nothing, save it for the dentist chair. He's talking about dental office music.
Yeah, the terrible music.
It ought to say something. I don't care what. And you'll get better at it the more you make. So fine, everyone's first work is awkward and probably a little too ham-fisted and not subtle enough, not subversive enough, but you'll get there. I'm TenNaple. I'm the creator of Earthworm Jim. And my pronouns are shut up and eat meat. And I just got to say, you guys should never listen to the Reverend and